When many people think of summer camp, the movie Meatballs comes to mind.
These are the camp rules. Maury would like you all to take a look at these. They'll be in here if you want to check these out a little bit later.
While one can find similarities, the reality of life on summer camp staff at the Ransburg Scout Reservation is much different. The Ransburg Scout Reservation is owned and operated by the Crossroads of America Council of the Boy Scouts of America. That gives the camp its core basic values as set forth in the Scout Oath and Scout Law.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
It also gives a foundation for the program offered at camp. Most boys who attend camp take classes designed to help them earn merit badges or advance in Scout rank. Ransburg is situated just outside of Bloomington, Indiana, on the banks of Lake Monroe.
There are a lot of places to get out in the wilderness and the woods all around Camp Ransburg. As a matter of fact, part of the surrounding area is called the Hoosier National Forest. This road right here is called Grub Road. It isn't really wilderness, but it is remote. It is mainly used as a place to run the power lines and water lines from the main city roads down the way. But they also use it as a horse trail for the horseback riders.
It has a reputation of being one of the best camps in the country. There are high and demanding standards placed on the staff. Scouts choose Ransburg over hundreds of other summer camps. As expected, many come from Indiana and surrounding states, but in 2008, there were boys who also came from places as far away as Alabama, Iowa, and North Carolina.
Good evening, thanks for coming.
The most cited reason troops return to Ransburg is the staff. Many staff members have been returning to camp for several years.
I did that yesterday, though.
There is a curious mix of ages serving on staff. There are those who teach school and have summers off, retired folks who enjoy scouting and the outdoors. But by far, the typical staff member is young, usually in college, with some still in high school. This arrangement can have a staff member in his 50s reporting to a 22-year-old. But amazingly, it works very well. The area directors have all been working at camp for several years and know the jobs of the people under them. The facilities at camp are top-notch. From the waterfront to the rifle range, safety is first, but fun isn't far behind. There are many engaging activities designed for boys from age 11 to 17.
There are all kinds of opportunities for learning and new experiences at Camp Ransburg, even on the climbing tower.
Are you ready for the summer? Are you ready for the sunshine? Are you ready for the birds and bees, the apple trees, and a whole lot of coconut? Are you ready for the summer? Are you ready for the good times? Are you ready for the birds and bees, the apple trees, and a whole lot of coconut? Are you ready for the summer? Are you ready for the good times?
They don't bite swimmers, actually.
There are 9 week-long sessions for campers, but staff are in camp a week before and after those sessions for setup and tear down. In 2008, some staff members spent 14 weeks working at camp. Over the summer, the group becomes not only a highly skilled, well-performing team, but also somewhat of a family. Friendships and relationships were formed, some that would last a long time. A couple that had been on staff as recently as 2007 got married just after the 2008 camp season. The impact of camp was so great that their wedding ceremony was in the camp's chapel. The culture of summer camp staff is best described in a piece adapted from Dr. Phyllis M. Ford's What is a Camp Counselor? It is included in a 2008 Ransburg Red Book Staff Guide. What is a Ransburg staff member? Somewhere between adolescence, there occurs in human development an age which is physically and psychologically impossible. It is that unfathomable stage known as the camp counselor. a creature undefined by psychologists, misunderstood by camp directors, worshipped by campers, either admired or doubted by parents, and unheard of by the rest of society. They are a rare combination of doctor, lawyer, and Indian chief. They are competent child psychologists with a sophomore textbook as proof. They are underpaid babysitters with neither television nor cable, often a strict disciplinarian with a twinkle in their eye, a minister to all faiths with questions about their own. They are a referee, a coach, a teacher, and advisor. They are an example of manhood in worn-out tennis shoes, sweatshirt 2 sizes too large, and a hat 2 sizes too small. They are a humorist in a crisis, a doctor in an emergency, a song leader, entertainer, and play director. They are idols with their heads in the clouds of wood smoke and their feet in the mud. They are a comforter in a severe storm and a pal who has just loaned someone their last pair of dry socks. They are a teacher of the out-of-doors, knee-deep in poison ivy. They dislike reveille, waiting in line, inspections, and rainy days. They are fond of sunbathing, exploring, teaching new games, and days off. They are handy for patching up broken friendships, bloody noses, and torn jeans. They are good at locating lost bathing suits, fixing axe handles, playing the harmonica, and catching fish. Poor at crawling out of bed on rainy days, remembering the salt, and getting to bed early. Who but a counselor can cure homesickness, air out wet bedding, play 16 games of leapfrog in succession, whistle Dixie through their fingers, carry 2 packs, speak Pig Latin and French, stand on their hands, sing 37 verses of You Can't Get to Heaven, and eat 4 helpings of Sunday dinner? They are expected to repair 10 years of damage to Tommy in 10 days, make Jerry into a man, rehabilitate Paul, allow him to be an individual, and help adjust to the group. They are expected to lead the most prized possession of 2 adults much older than them. They are expected to lead them in fun and adventure, even when they spend 9 months of the year in New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, or Indianapolis. Teach ingenious activities when they can't even spell the word. Guide youngsters in social adjustment when some haven't even reached legal age. Ensure safety and health with a sunburned nose, a Band-Aid on one thumb, and a blister on their heel. For all this, they are paid enough to buy the second text in psychology, some aspirin, some new socks, 2 new tires for their worn car, and some new tennis shoes. You wonder how they can stand the pace and the pressure. You wonder if they really know how much they are worth, and somehow you realize you can never pay them enough when, as they leave at the end of August, they wave goodbye and say, "See you next year."